And we are live here on Plus One EXP's Roll for Content channel. My name is Tony Vicenda. I'm Chief Alchemist here at Plus One EXP, which is a weird little brand that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare alchemy in the Bardic College of Content Creation. Our hope and desire here at Plus One is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games, and amazing players find great designers whose games they can love. We do that in a lot of different ways, but the most fun way, and one we haven't been able to do as much of in the last year and a half as we'd like, is sitting down and playing games with those creators on stream. And that's exactly what we are doing today. We are playing Duginthroat Divided, a adventure for old school systems like OSE or BX or your other favorite system to play in. We're very excited to sit down with the creator of that game, Daniel, to play. Daniel, who I found out yesterday via a Blue Sky post, swore to never do an actual play and has broken that vow to come on stream here today. Daniel, tell people a little about who you are, what you do, and give us just the quick elevator pitch for Duginthroat Divided.
Yeah, so I'll first of all I'll correct it there because I will correct myself, as I have actually done an actual play for Black Antlers for my Merkborg adventure for Flail to the Face in the past. But this will be my first one on video.
There we go.
Which is absolutely terrifying. Yeah, hey, I'm Daniel. I'm a Norwegian-based illustrator and sometimes adventure writer with an equal love for the absurd, fairy tale-esque, and absolutely horrible. Duginthroat Divided is a dungeon on your doorstep. It's an adventure module / campaign starter or mini campaign, whatever you want to call it, for old school essentials and other traditional adventure games for characters level 1 to 4. It's a sandbox module with a lot of ticking clocks that are going to affect your campaign, whether the players or whether the adventurers interact with them or not. In other words, it's packed with meaningful choices, like a very dense sandbox that we will be exploring, and of course a dungeon.
Love it. Awesome. Super excited to dive in and super excited about the player crew we have with us this morning. Let's start with Ivy. Ivy, why don't you tell people a little bit about who you are, what you can do, and if you want to be found online, where they can find you.
Hi, I'm a tabletop role-playing game author and editor. My name's Ivy. I did a good chunk of writing on the Book of Gob, which came out a couple of years ago. I'm currently sort of reworking my internet stuff, but I'll be on there eventually.
Excellent. Super excited to sit down and play a game with you again. And then I think, Adam, is this our first time ever playing a game together?
You ran Down We Go for me.
There we go. All right.
And I've been on the Plus One channel, but not with you.
There we go.
It's awesome. Fun.
Excited to be a player along with you. Why don't you tell people same things, who you are and where folks can find you online if you want to be found?
Yeah. My name is Adam Seats. I use they, them pronouns. I was a flash in the pan a couple of years ago at the Ennies with One Night Strahd. Since then, I have done a couple of small things. Certainly this year, I've been on some actual plays. This and I guess over the last year for Mothership, Old Gods of Appalachia, a couple of charity streams. And otherwise, as someone who never played second edition, I'm very interested to see how Old School Essentials works. Please don't ask me to explain how THACO works. I won't.
Love it. Well, before we dive in, we always use a couple tools here on the channel to help everybody stay on the same page and make sure everybody enjoys our time together. We use lines, veils, the X and O card, and we have an open door policy. Lines and veils are things that help us understand the content that may be in the game. I think we're all into all the content warnings that Daniel gave us in advance for this game. But we want to go ahead and establish some time where lines are things that won't happen on stream. They're not part of our game, even if they're part of the game world. We're not going to discuss them. Veils are things that we'll only touch on and then move on, whether that's mentioning them and just moving forward, fading to black, or just not dwelling on them. too much. We always have a hard line against sexual violence here on the channel, along with I have a personal one against transphobia, homophobia, racism. But does anybody have any other lines or veils that they want to add to our list?
Nope.
Cool.
I think my only small request is a veil is just maybe not lingering too long on extreme gore to the face, I guess. If you got to chop somebody's arm off, that's just price of doing business. But maybe let's not go into like eyes and teeth stuff too hard.
Cool. Love it. X card and O card. X is anytime we need to pause the game to identify an issue. That might be updating our lines and veils because something's uncomfortable for a player. It might just be, hey, I'm confused about what's happening here. I do need to pause and have a more intentional conversation. Or anything else you need. You don't have to explain what it is. You just have to mention, hey, here's the thing. And we'll address it and then move on. O is just like saying, like, you can just go like, oh, or just be like, hell yeah, that rocks. Just to indicate that you're really into whatever is happening right now. And then the open door policy is the fact that we are real people with real needs. We may eat, drink, have to get up and go to the restroom, address a real life issue off stream. All those things are normal things. We're going to take care of ourselves, and we encourage you, dear watcher, to take care of yourself also. But just know if that happens, it's a normal part of play. With that said, does anybody have any questions about any of those? All right. Otherwise, I'm going to hand everything over to Daniel to take us into Duginthroat Divided. Daniel, go ahead and take it away.
Great. Thank you, Tony. So, yeah, just before we get started, I want to give a big thanks to my editor, Walt, who put together the mangled mess that is our editing draft. Even though the text is done, spread over like a vast library of cursed chapter tomes that he quickly compiled into an interactive PDF I could use right before this stream. So thank you, Walt. He is the method to my madness. So Duginthroat Divided. We have already rolled up some characters. And without further ado, I think we're going to run through the premise and kind of just jump into it. Basically, this takes place or could take place in any world, but the world will remain unnamed as anything else, as anything other than the kingdom by now. You can picture your traditional northern muddy human-centric fantasy or sword and sorcery setting, where most people don't encounter much magic, or at least do not understand what it is. At least that's how I usually run my worlds. But hey, this Duginthroat can work in a science fantasy world or whatever as well. So before we get on to adventure hooks, which is going to be like, we're going to choose 1 out of 6 kind of like starting points or a motivation for why your adventurers are choosing to travel towards Duginthroat Keep together. But before that, let's just let's go around the table and introduce your characters. We can start with Ivy. Is that fine?
Sure. I'm playing Marta. She's a human fighter. She's got an eye patch and like a scar through one eye. She's an older woman with like graying hair. Very tall with chainmail and a sword and shield and a couple daggers at her waist.
Cool. And Tony?
Yeah, I'm playing as Raggedy Thrag. I have a kind of ragged cloak around a fairly nondescript features, except for a forehead that kind of juts out like a cliff and then cuts downward. I think that's it. He's a nice little thiefy dude. I move in an adorable and elegant fashion, though. That is what I rolled up.
All right. And Adam, did you select a name for your character? I can't remember.
So I'm playing Thrillius, the magic user. Thrillius is, I would say, probably mid-40s, sort of mid-Amish beard, looks a little like a farmer, but with a big floppy wizard hat.
Great.
Wonderful. So the three of you already know each other when the adventure begins, and we will start by a carved crude symbol in a tree trunk off of the beaten path by the main road that goes between the two biggest settlements. One of them might be the capital in the kingdom, known as the Merchant March, a usually regularly trafficked, but recently almost neglected vast road of at least like 20 feet in diameter, I guess. But I'm going to run you through some adventure hooks here, and you can tell me which one you think sounds better for your party and how you know each other. You can flesh it out as of why you chose it, and as much or little detail as you want. Let's see here. So the first call to adventure is that the Merchant Guild has promised 4,000 gold pieces to anyone who can put an end to the bandits roaming and terrorizing the Merchant's March. Their leader goes by the Baron, and rumor is that he has a bandit's keep 3 days off the beaten path. Option 2 is that after a long year of petty crimes, you are none the wiser and twice as poor. After hearing about the Barony of Bastards, you have decided to seek out Duginthroat Keep, an infamous and hidden separatist state, to offer your services. Hook number 3 is that you've heard the luring rumors of Cavenlock's hoard, an ancient treasure hidden within an old keep, 3 days off the Merchant's March. The only problem is that the keep is occupied by thieves and cutthroats. Hook number 4 is that you're lost in the woods or mid-journey and witnessed a pink lightning strike from beneath the earth, shattering the tranquility of the forest. Surely worth checking out. Option number 5 is that the cousin of one of you disappeared from the civilized world 5 years ago while you were resting at a crossroad inn by the Merchant's March. You were told of a bandit matching his description, assaulting a caravan a brief time ago alongside a band of scoundrels. They disappeared into the woods briefly after. And the last hook that I will be presenting you with is that the Academy of Embroidered Arts have received a submission a year ago by a young talent known as Birch Duginthroat. The headmaster has ordered that this student should be brought to the capital to study and nourish his craft in the coming semester as the Academy's figurehead. He has promised the party 3,000 gold pieces if they can locate this boy and bring him to the capital. Finding his residence and even whereabouts have proven tedious until you overheard the name Duginthroat mentioned at a seedy alehouse by the Merchant's March. The rumor led to a symbol carved into a tree.
Okay. I kind of like the second one, the gang of petty thieves. I'm feeling like we work as a gang of petty thieves.
I like a gang of petty thieves. I also like macrame so transcendent we have to go find someone. Like is also just really good. Chat, if you have thoughts, feel free to toss them in, but they'll probably come in late enough for us to ignore them. Yeah, Adam, you got any thoughts?
I'm also stuck between 2 and 6. I do think finding the child prodigy of presumably we don't know how old this person is, but
of decorative embroidery.
Yeah. I mean that. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, that one I think sounds funnier. And that's a pretty strong mark in its favor.
Yeah. So, I also will say dummies just lost in woods is always a good option, but yeah, I think either 2 or 6. I'm happy to Happy to roll randomly unless we think just setting the tone of transcendent embroidery just gives us a good vibe. Also,
Let's start off with that.
All right,
Let's start off with that.
I'm so glad because that's the one we recently added to the manuscript. So,
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent. So I'm glad it strikes out. No, this does not mean that maybe you worked for the academy, maybe you were hired as just escorts and messengers, which is quite common for adventurers of your very unremarkable caliber. But when we're starting out, you can picture this vast trail that leads through like a vast road. Gravel road that leads through like a wild and tall forest, almost like a narrow canyon of civilization breaching through. All the areas on both sides are uncharted, and you were told of these marks when putting the coins in the right pockets in the alehouse. Of something called the poacher's path, which you probably thought was a misreading of the name Merchant's March, but the symbol is a blue ribbon that has been carved in, and you see just a couple of feet further in is another one. There is no road following these signs, though. I'll say it's about early morning. You've been walking for a couple of hours up along the march. You see vast mountains in the far distance, somewhere beyond the forest's reach. Yeah. What do you do?
Are these actual blue ribbons hanging in the trees?
No, they're like carved. And
that's what I wanted to make sure. I just wanted to double check.
Like a trailblazing mark, sort of.
Yeah.
But they are blue color. They are colored blue.
They're colored blue. Okay. Yes.
Well, it seems our path is ahead of us.
Yeah, I think we start following the path.
All right. In that case, I'm going to upload a more evocative and kind of like, what should I say, tone setting map than it is a practical one of the poacher's path. Because the thing is that as this is uncharted wilderness, it is not, and the adventure is at the scope that it is. It does not include a detailed hex map or point crawl leading to Duginthroat. However, the trail map that I will upload here. Can everyone see that?
Yep.
Yeah, great. Features certain at certain waypoints, which means that we'll be rolling a D8 each day. You have been told that it takes 3 days to get to Duginthroat Keep. You did not know that Duginthroat was a keep only of Birch Duginthroat. This undiscovered master talent of decorative embroidery. So we're just going to zoom in on each event. We're not going to go through what you do every day in detail, as there's not enough time for that on this stream. So as you kind of trek into the rough terrain and away from the civilized road, not sure where the poacher's path will take you, why don't one of you roll me a D8 to see what happens the first day?
Adam, you want to hit that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I got it. Nice.
6. Excellent. Oh, that's good. So, yeah, you follow the blue lines. It's almost it's like the morning the next day, and you're, even though your legs are tired, you were probably prepared for this march. Which one of you are leading leading the party, like scouting kind of?
I'll do that.
I think Marta. Okay.
It was going to be one of the two of us, and so I'm fine either way.
Okay,
All
sweet.
right.
We can alternate.
Yeah.
We can take shifts.
Yeah.
So Raggedy Thrag, as you get up and kind of like try to like scout the scout the horizon on the first strike of sunlight. I don't know if you're one to curse quietly to yourself, but you're pretty sure you saw that. You're pretty sure you. Oh wait, it was Marfa that was scouting today. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. So Marfa, as you get up, you kind of like your heart and your morale drops a little bit as you see the same bush that you passed last afternoon, and you're pretty sure that either you've been misled or you've been walking in circles, and you've lost a day on this little detour. You're surrounded by tall trees and wild woods you do not know, so it's going to be hard to.
I think she curses loudly to herself rather than quietly, and is gonna briefly. Tony, what was your character's name again?
Raggedy Thrag.
Is gonna acquiesce to Raggedy Thrag and be like, maybe you'll do a better job than me.
Yeah, you can each of you can also strike a ration for the day. That's
all right.
All right. So for the second day, we're just gonna like go through this until something eventful happens. Why don't the next of you make me a D8 roll as well?
Adam, you want to go for this?
Yeah. That's a big 4.
Big 4. Interesting. Let me see here. So, all right. So Thrag, you I don't know if you have an ego or not, but you certainly lead the party away from this treacherous loop that you wasted the better half of yesterday walking through, and you come into like a more open, swampy, like marsh area. You feel like the ground is giving in under your feet as the three of you are trekking out into the open area, and for a second you can swear you hear a groaning from somewhere, echoing, bellowing, like deep, almost like coming from really big lungs, possibly not made of flesh.
Oh, fun. I mean, I will kind of see if we can trek a little bit closer to the noise without getting too close to it. I'm also just going to try like somewhat quietly, like mimicking the noise to myself also too as I do this.
There's a sense of terror in it, like fear or helplessness, almost like a trapped animal, and you can't really see where it's coming from at first. What are the two others of you doing?
I'm gonna be. I suppose I'll watch our sides and just make sure that nothing ambushes us.
I think as we're going along, I'm just keeping an eye out for any sort of useful herbs, things like that. If we're going off the beaten path here, there's a high likelihood there's some sort of medicinal or potentially magical herb hiding somewhere.
All right. So you're a little bit behind the group, you would say.
I would say I'm easily ambushable. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna say that on a 1 to 3, the distance that this sound is emitting from is in the proximity to Thrag, while on a 4 to 6, it's in proximity to Thrilius. And I got a 5. So Thrag, you lose kind of like track of the voice as you kind of like get obsessed with your own, or get more focused on your own humming that's so good that you almost can't distance the two sounds. Just as the ground underneath the mushroom you pick, Thrilius, rumbles underneath the moss, and you feel like something is looking at you from the little hill above. A big, terrified, bloodshot eye flickers around in a large head-shaped rock, peeking into a sparse, shaded area underneath a tall but lonely pine tree. What do you do?
I will look to where I assume my friends are, maybe a little ahead of me, and be like, "Hey, hey, Thrag, Marta,
Help, please."
hey guys, I think we. Hang on, wait, just like follow the sound of my voice, and I'll move a little closer.
Bright, burning.
Burning. Are you on fire? Do you need fire?
You hear the sound as if a young mountain was attempting to move with, as fast as it could, exhausting itself and breaking many rocky rib cages in its process. And I think at one point the epiphany strikes you. This is a troll. Half solidified by the sun. You see its head is reaching towards the shade. Its arm is outreached under the moss. And it's almost completely petrified, except for its forearm and its head, which is leaning forwards. It's about 25 feet tall.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna yell back out like, guys, we got a troll over here, guys. Guys.
He's a little ways behind us still?
Yeah, I think he's about 50 feet behind you.
Okay.
You can hear him clearly. You hear the rocking. You hear the moaning, and Raggedy Thrag. I'll say that it quickly breaks your conviction in your own imitation skills when you hear the original voice speak in common.
I mean, I think as he starts speaking, we'll start falling back towards him.
Yeah.
Running for so long, forgot the day. Quick, chop off stupid head. He looks down at you with kind of and it's not a bloodthirst that you're used to hearing about when hearing about trolls. As you look at his eye, this is somewhat helpless. Maybe, unless this is a trap.
Now, I don't know much about no trolls, but I do know this little dagger ain't doing anything. Yeah. Hey, Thrag, this troll says it wants me to chop off its head. Is that normal?
I mean,
I think you'd know more about trolls than us.
Yeah.
As you're approaching it, Frag, you see that like the kind of like iris is almost trying to escape the corner of its eye to get a good glimpse at you. But as its neck is like petrified forwards, it's impossible.
And we're only seeing its head, correct?
No, it's like it's crouched over.
Oh, it's crouched over.
You mistook it for
okay.
like a hill or a little elevation at first, because it was reaching for that tiny patch of shade when the sunlight apparently hit it.
The poor thing. I figure we'd better put it out of its misery then. It seems like what it's asking for.
I mean,
No, don't leave me. Chop off Trog's head.
I'm
so
gonna
he
do
can
it.
live to eat another day.
I'm gonna chop off his head.
So you see that like chopping off the head is not going to be like an easy task.
No, it doesn't look like it.
So you have to probably climb on top of it, and you see that like as the day is still beginning, those shadows are soon going to disperse as well, and which will most likely cost the rest of him to petrify. So how do you get up on him?
Can I get a lift?
Yeah, I'll give you an alley-oop.
we'll boost you.
Cool.
It's more like a treacherous slope more than like a steep climb.
Yeah.
So you get up on its back and notice kind of like these little notions, like these little areas of pale gray troll skin between the petrified crust of rock that is the rest of it. As you're on your way up, these are little veins here and there hiding in the moss in the shadow of its very being. As you come up, it says, "Oh yes, chop off terrible Trog's head so he can live to feast another day."
This could not possibly backfire.
He seems fine.
As you're coming to the neck, also you're realizing that this is not like chopping the head of a chicken or even a humanoid. This troll is like a Scandinavian troll. It's not a plus-sized ogre. It's a freaking huge small mountain of a humanoid creature. So it's going to take a while to be able to chop it off before sunlight hits and it petrifies completely. You're going to have to both make a successful strength check, which is going to be hard because it's going to be several chops. And I will say because of, hitting against partial rock with your sword for 1+ hour is also potentially going to destroy your sword. There's a 1 in 6 chance of that, I'll say.
Sword become club.
I would like to offer some help. I rummage around in my bag and go, "Hey, I've got these these iron climbing spikes. Do you want to drive them in around the neck and
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'll bundle them up, chuck them up.
Yeah, chuck them up. Oh, nice little flesh things. Oh, Trog will not eat you. That is certain."
That's what I like to hear.
With that, also, if I'll toss some rope up and over if you want to toss the rope through the pittance, we can, at least for the strength, we can pull from below to get everybody's kind of force.
I figure we can get the spikes in there to break it up and then pull it down.
In that case, I will say that you'll only require a single pretty easy strength check, I think. Right. So it's going to be a -4 on your roll in that case. Because you're all helping, and this is like a really good creative way of solving a problem, which is what these games are all about.
Should I give that a shot?
Give it a shot.
I need to roll a 9 or less, I believe. I got a 3.
Good. So it takes the first couple of like thuds doesn't seem like they're going anywhere. You see this like almost like this tar black liquid that's sort of like squishing up from like the fleshy parts as he groans in pain. You can also give me a D. How much damage would that? Like a 2d4 damage
To the troll.
to the troll.
One second.
But yeah, you're basically like fudding first with more assistance, but as you get like past the little gravelly crust above and down into the flesh, it goes faster and faster as troll blood starts like slushing down. And that's like one of the spikes. I'm not going to describe this in great visceral detail, but as one of the spikes kind of like goes through its neck, I think the two of you below see something kind of like peeking out from one of its windpipes, something that looks almost like a big rolled up tent or something like that, like a big roll of fabric. And Marfa starts like going at it just faster and faster, and within 10 minutes the whole head like just falls down and into the shadow. It's about as large as a big boulder, and it breathes out with relief as it smiles a sharp-toothed grin towards both of you. Oh, thank you, little flesh things. Thank you. Terrible frog will remember this day.
No problem, boss. Thank you for not eating us.
Now chuck head in swampy hole where sunlight cannot reach.
Yeah, I'll. How big is this head?
Like the size of
Like a big watermelon or something?
No, it's more like a large boulder, like a
large boulder,
like a small car.
We could just Katamari.
Okay. Yeah, we'll roll it down.
Yeah, so you roll it further into the woods, and there is a hole there. And as you're rolling him, but when he's actually able to like speak in between the rolls, he says, "Mother's hide concealed in the secret flesh pocket. Grab it, for it is yours." And you kind of like chuck him off like an edge as you see the kind of like sinister grin like looking at you as a dog that's trying really hard not to eat something it's not supposed to, or that it's been told not to eat, as it fades into the darkness.
Well, he seems nice.
Yeah, he seems nice. Did the roll that's poking out of his neck, is it like a tent or like a cloak?
When you crawl up, you see that it's like, well, first of all, like full of like gross, visceral, slimy troll liquids, like oil almost. But it's large. It would take 2 slots normally. So a large item. It's a tarp of about 10 times 10 feet. When rolled out completely, is really heavy, and you notice that like you could pull it out and kind of like let it fall down into the marsh, but carrying it like while balancing is almost impossible. It's gray and leathery, and yeah, this might be troll skin, or it might be some other like weird fabric that it just choked on while eating. You're not sure.
I love it.
Well, yeah, I'm certainly not the strongest of us, but also I don't mind carrying this if it leaves you guys open to not dying.
I'm pretty sure I've got some space. I've got like a sack hanging from my bag that's empty.
Oh, I have to add also that terrible trog, who you saw well uncritically saved from his petrification, told you that his mother's skin
Yeah.
will hide you well in dark caves. He also mentioned that he was running from the mist and the beings within.
I missed the second part.
Yeah, I forgot to mention.
I was so focused on the cool tint of invisibility that we got.
It smells real bad, and it's like you haven't had breakfast yet, and you certainly don't want it after this little troll surgery. But you continue on. Like it's impossible to not see the giant roll of fabric that is tied to which one of you?
Martha,
I think I've got room in my my bag for that.
All right. Well, you got to strap it to your bag.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's bigger than your backpack. It's like freaking. Yeah, you continue on, and the road starts or the terrain starts like elevating a little, and you see that the trees have grown a little shorter. And you can roll another D8 roll to see what happens on the next day. I just assume you're camping and eating and sleeping and doing trips and all that. So
7.
A 7. All right. So, excellent. That evens out. Yeah. On and who's leading you right now on the third day?
This would be back to Martha.
Okay.
Yeah, Martha, as you're like carrying it, carrying like this giant roll of troll hide up the incline, you're noticing that it's been a while since you saw the last blue ribbon, probably since yesterday, until you stop on top of the hill and suddenly notice it. There, in the distance, is a giant crag that appears to have been split in two, covered by a like pink, misty, almost like lake of fog underneath it. Atop of it, you see 4 towers reaching up in front of the ascending sun, and weak torch lights flickering, but much closer than you expected. Not even a day's march, which means that your loot can't have cut you that much off. That's the only keep you've seen while traveling these woods. That must be Duginthroat.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, you'll probably spend like a watch, which for those who don't know is or who are new to it, as it's not referenced in the tomes of Old School Essentials, but is often a popular additional way to track the turns between a day and an hour in Old School games. A watch is 4 hours, and some procedures in Duginthroat Divided will refer to watches.
Cool.
So do you have any like preparations before you get there? You're like it's almost like a day earlier than anticipated, especially with that loop and detour that you got stuck in on your first day.
I wonder if it's worth stashing this tarp somewhere.
Yeah, we're not going into a cave. So it does.
I hope we're not going into a cave.
that we know of. So it does seem like maybe a thing we want to put somewhere we can retrieve later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty easy to hide, it seems, based on its texture. We could just like lay it against a wall or something and mark it with a little stick or something like that.
You're about like half a day to a day in rough weather.
We could also
Travel.
stash it a little closer to the entrance.
Yeah, I mean, what's the? You said we're on a hilltop. What is the terrain like around the keep? Like, is it wooded?
So you would go
Is it...
down in a slope
Yeah.
and then up again, up like the side of like a increasing crag.
Yeah.
And it does strike you all because it looks very unnatural that the whole crag is split in the middle from right in at the center of the keep and kind of like going down into the heart of the crag itself, where
Okay.
this mist is just slithering out like ominously.
Um,
It almost looked like something from a fairy tale or a weird prophecy.
Yeah, I think hiding it when we get to the, like, as we hit the bottom of the slope, hiding it somewhere there so that we don't, so that you don't have to carry it up the hill.
Yeah.
This probably makes the most sense. Also, before we get near the wondrous, horrible pink mist. Yeah, I think as we'll make our way down, we'll find a place to stow it. What time will we arrive?
Nightfall.
Nightfall. That's great. I love that.
If there's a cave nearby the keep, we could also set up camp there
That's a good idea.
with the tarp.
Yeah, has this erupting crag made any like sorry, maybe it hasn't erupted, maybe it's always been like this, but this this odd crag, are there any cave-like structures we can see from the distance, like little pocked holes?
Not from here.
Okay.
It's very hard to spot. Like maybe when you come closer, you would be able to like. But what strikes you, Thrillius, as you said, you were like you were a man of the herbs and fun guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that there's no like seeming overgrowth on that crag there. That's which is very weird, as it's like rock and dirt, right?
Weirdly
So-
devoid of life. And didn't
Like on the split itself, I mean.
didn't Trog say he was running from stuff in the mists? Like we can't go around it. That would be too easy. But how do we not get into the mist too much? I say, knowing that the adventure is all about getting into the mists.
You see that like the mist is mostly like so the path goes kind of like around the keep and up to the eastern side. As you can see a road there on the edge of the forest, in the incline. So well the mist is right now at least seemingly just resting there like a pink foggy lake or a muddy gaseous pool. So avoiding it would be fairly easy by just like taking a tour around it.
Well, that's a I'll look at my friends. I don't know about you guys, but road seems safe. Nothing bad's ever happened on a road.
Nothing.
Not a single thing. Whereas pink mist seems bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll make our way towards the road.
Yeah. As it's coming closer, you see four. No, wait. There's more of them. You see, well, a total of 6 towers if you include the ones by the gatehouse, which becomes visible throughout the day. There's chimneys, some of them emitting smoke, but only from the eastern wing, which is where the roads are leading. You see some lights flickering as like a mild drizzle begins throughout the day. There's also footmarks in the dirt that slowly forms to a road along the last stretch. There seems to be a mix of ancient or not ancient, but like really old, decrepit ruins where necessary levels of improvised craftsmanship have been stacked kind of like on top of that, of like there's some parts of a wood with some wooden walls. There's a something that looks like it might have been part of a ship once. There's some hay roof, but none of it is built by an expert craftsman. I can say that much. And as we're approaching Duginthroat, and excitement is boiling for what will await our party there. Why don't we take our first 5-minute break?
Awesome. If you are watching right now and you are not yet following this campaign, you can go over to ttrpg.link /Duginthroat. It is right down in the corner of the screen, but that's ttrpg.link /Duginthroat. The campaign launches on October 7th. And I'm super excited to keep on playing. We're going to take a 5-minute break and we'll be right back. And we are back live here on Plus One EXP's Roll for Content channel playing Duginthroat Divided. We did a what I've heard is the fastest run of the loop up to Duginthroat ever, classic +1 speed run. Also, we are just hopping back in, and there have been a bunch of updates to both Streamlabs and Google Meets in the last little bit, and they're messing around with a lot of things. So if you're watching this live right now and you're like, hey, this description doesn't match this thing, don't worry. It's different wrong descriptions depending on whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch. We'll fix them both later. And Google is moving images around for no good reason. So we'll just be refining tools between today and tomorrow, but glad to have everyone with us live and glad to have Daniel running for us today. Well, I also just want you to know, we see what you're doing in the chat and we appreciate you for it. If this was underwater, would it be Duginthroat? Yeah, I mean, everyone is right to boo you, and you were right to ask the question. And so we are gonna hop back in, and Daniel, take it away.
All right. So, as you've been spending the day, well, up the incline towards the keep itself, which is fairly vast, if I can say so. You notice that some of the kind of like lights are the further eastern lights are flickering off as you approach, and with the adventure hook that you have chosen, you do not know much of Duginthroat Keep or the general ecology or problems of the region in general. But I do want to grant you as a group, because I'm just that generous, one rumor to share that you picked up on the ale house while asking about it, just to give you something to go on. So why don't you determine someone or nominate someone to roll a rumor with a D20, and I will read it out to you.
I'll do it. A big one.
A big one. Oh, that's excellent. So at the Crossroads Ale House, where you found the location of Birch Duginthroat, the young talent, and mentioned that you were planning to travel there. They warned you, the superstitious locals, of if you're traveling there, you better bring your garlic and your holy water, for an ancient vampire is slumbering somewhere deep within the old keep.
Now, hilariously, I did add both garlic and stakes and a hammer to my and wolf's bane.
This is why we brought you.
Yeah.
I don't trust this place. I see a game book that has vampire killing stuff in it. There's got to be a vampire somewhere.
This is why we bring a wizard.
Yeah.
So yeah, you also I'll say that Marfa, you've noticed that there's like this, even though there were not many traces along Poacher's Path, which is the road that you've been traveling for, or this secret trail you've been traveling adjacent to the Merchant's March for the past 3 days. This last stretch of road is heavily have been heavily trafficked with both footmarks and what do you call it? Cartridges? No,
the worn path of a cart, as it's been.
Yeah, exactly. And like the mud actively. And how do you approach the eastern gate? I assume you are approaching the eastern gate, as that was the road we discussed earlier.
Seems right.
I think we're just doing a straight on approach. I don't think there's any subterfuge or anything.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
How,
what do you got going on?
How lit? Like, does the gate as we approach, does the gatehouse look lit, occupied? Like, does this seem to be an active gatehouse besides just the cart trails going up to it?
So you're like coming up from the side of it. Like I did not describe this in detail because it is both getting dark now, and you can swear, Drag, that you saw like more lights when you were approaching, but now that you're looking towards the Portcullis Gate, you see no torches on the exterior of the wall. You see a gatehouse, shouldered by two low, kind of like watchtowers, about a little bit taller. The towers are a little bit taller than average, like barn. It's the wall itself appears to be. Let me just see so I don't hand wave this too much. It is like 25 feet tall. Sounds about right. Doing the meters to feet here. And it stretches like around for about a couple of yards, and the path you're on is kind of like almost like a carved path of crag with steep drops into rocky little canyons next to it. There's some like roof tiles peeking down from the battlements on the wall itself. And you definitely see trails of smoke against the stars that start revealing themselves as the sun is descending.
So it's not a short wall, but it is not the tallest wall I've ever seen.
I'm just making sure that I read this right, because my intuition with feet is
you can say meters. Meters roughly translate to yards. It's not 1-to-1, but it's close enough.
Oh damn. Okay, then I meant like it's so you can picture that it's roughly 100 meters in width and like aerial, like,
okay.
And it's about 25 meters tall. That was what I meant.
How many meters? I'm sorry.
Pretty tall.
How many tall?
25 meters.
25 meters tall.
15 meters. 15 meters tall. Yeah.
15. Yeah. So that is taller. That is fine. Yeah. That is 25 feet. I'll climb it easy. 15 meters is about twice that. And so but we can see that there's some sort of, there are fires that people have burning in chimneys theoretically on the other side.
Yeah, but it seems like the lights have been snuffed out, or there must have been some kind of illusion of the light. You're not sure.
Okay.
But how experienced are you in the field, Marfa, like around the battlefield?
Oh, Marta's fought in a war.
Okay.
Yeah.
While yeah, they were probably
war.
These lights were probably snuffed out right when they saw you approaching.
That makes sense.
I will. I'm gonna press against the wall, and just kind of creep ahead of everybody, see if I can get there a little bit before my two friends making a very obvious approach.
That's a good idea.
All right, so you want to like sneak off the road, kind of off to the side of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, so you said it's craggy on one side, so I'm not going to the craggy side. I'm assuming the other one comes up parallel to the wall, and so yeah. I'm kind of pressing in against the wall and moving forward.
I'm gonna share an image here real quick, just to give you an idea. Yes. So share screen. Come on.
One day it'll share the screen.
Damn technology. Yeah, no, but you can more or less do that as you.
If you want us to see it, even if we can't pop it up on stream, you can also drop it in Discord if you just copy it over.
Oh no, I got it. I just had to find a version without
Gotcha.
a background.
Gotcha,
So here we go. Why can't I open pictures? There we go. Hello, and that is the wrong map. Yeah, but you see in front there, more or less.
Hold on, I'm a little zoomed in because so from the Poacher's Pass. Yeah, I see it. I see it there.
Yeah, so that's more or less what it looks like. So you want to like slide up on kind of the your left side or your right
Yeah,
side?
I'm just gonna move off away from them. Get out of our own, if we have light going, get out of our own light. And
all right. And you want to not be seen.
Yeah, my goal is to do this as stealthily as possible.
Do you have hide in shadows or something equivalent as your thief skill?
I do have hide in shadows as one of my thief skills.
All right. Did you generate your characters based on the Carcass Crawler N6 rules that I might have forgotten to send you, or did you use the?
No, because when you said you didn't want us using advanced stuff, so I eliminated Carcass Crawler stuff.
Oh damn! All right.
I'm also happy to use anything that you tell me to do, and we can figure it out.
All right. How much do you have in hide in shadows?
That's a great question. It doesn't actually tell me on my character sheet, because I think that may be the version of the character sheet I used.
Okay, and you divide 2 points between the 4 skills, and that's the N6 chances that you have.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, cool. So I should have assigned some additional things I didn't assign. Let's go ahead and we'll put a point in hide in shadows.
All right. So you have a 2 in 6 chance then. As a thief, all your skills begins on 1. So you can roll me a D6. See how it goes.
That is a 1.
That is a 1. Excellent. Describe how you hide in the shadows. It's fairly dark.
Yeah. I mean, I think as much as it may not make sense to a lot of people, like, I actually put myself kind of between the like the ridge of the crag and the ground, knowing that my kind of friends are going to take up a lot of the attention. And so kind of just position myself and my ragged kind of patchwork cloak against the night sky. But since it's low enough that there are no stars behind me, it's easy to kind of fade into the like twilight background.
Excellent. I did mention that the Porculus Gate is closed, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
But my goal is to move ahead more quickly than them, also too.
And as you do so, you could swear you hear whispering from above the battlements. What do the 2 others of you do?
I think that we're just looking for this guy. So is there like a door that I can knock on?
It's the Porculus Gate that's like kind of like
gate.
framing the center of the gatehouse. It's like its teeth are buried in fresh mud.
And we don't see any like guards behind it or anything.
You don't see anything. It is a roofed kind of like gatehouse and 3 floors. I didn't want to show you the actual gatehouse image, but this freaking technology hell won't allow me.
Tony, you're hoping to try and sneak around, possibly?
I am hoping to. Oh my gosh, this is driving me nuts. Sorry. Every single time we reset the image, it resets everything.
Oh god.
Like it puts us in different positions. It's super fun. Let me see if I can. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Daniel's so upset they have left.
Yeah, and I just got this.
You're great. That's fine. That's what streaming's all about. Anybody who tells you otherwise is a liar. I think I figured out how to force it to do the same shape every single time. God, well, sounds like this is the last time we're using Google for a stream. What was the question? Yeah, I am sneaking up. I am also gonna put up a title screen while I fix everything. Everybody can still hear us though as we talk through this. I am sneaking up. I want to get on. I want to see if I can get up. Is there a guard? Like I know there's the full wall. Is there a guardhouse specifically on the
There
outside?
is a guardhouse. I'm gonna okay, I'm just gonna post it on Discord.
Yeah, post it on Discord. I can also
So-
share it to the audience after that too.
So, as you can see on the map I previously shared, and on this building, this is the gatehouse, and it's cornered by these two towers that you see, kind of like reaching halfway up the length of the main gatehouse. The top of the gatehouse seems to be consisting of almost like a wooden shack built on top of an old ruined tower. And there's like tiled roofs going down with little slits to look through. And here and there you can see reflections of giant heavy chains going up through the tower from windows in the moonlight.
All right.
Make sense?
Yeah, I don't actually see the image. Did you post it?
I posted it on Discord. Oh wait, did I post it on the wrong? Yeah, I did.
Posted in our chat with each other.
Let's see. Here you go. So you cannot obviously see all the floors in here, but here's the image of the gatehouse.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Excellent. That's a big old gatehouse. All right. In just a second, I'll figure out how to show stuff to the audience from this perspective also too. But first, I'm going to make decisions and keep play moving forward. Is the door to the gate? I'm going to come up alongside the door to the gatehouse and see is it locked?
The only entrance to the gatehouse seems to be the portcullis gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the portcullis gate is the gatehouse is built around the portcullis gate, which is the way into the city. It is not a.
That is right.
It is not a to the side gatehouse. Excellent.
I figure I'm just gonna come up to the front and be like, "Hail, we're travelers looking for a place to rest for the night."
All right. And I'm wondering, in what language do you say this?
Common.
Common?
Yeah. That's all I got.
You hear like a convoluted authoritarian but kind of like gruff command in a language that you don't seem to recognize. However, are any of you chaotic?
I am.
Yeah. So
what about your character?
And you definitely
Yeah.
also understand that Raggedy is you're a thief, because they are speaking to you in not common, but the language of thieves' cant. And the rest of you can hear them saying, "Are you prepared to give the oath of dull blades and pay the sting of the snake?" It comes from atop the battlements, right above you.
Excellent.
Brag.
Do I know what those things are and their specifics? As a thief, do I have a general sense of what those things mean?
No.
No, okay, cool.
I will respond back in thieves' cant. Could you explain that for me? Like, could I get like a breakdown, man? I don't know. And I'll look over at Marta and be like, they're saying something about like paying a price of a snake bite or something. I don't know. It's a whole thing. It sounds thiefy.
Hey, yes, for a breakdown. Hey, Jasper, how about I give him a breakdown right to his stupid skull? Hey, you lost there, travelers. You're a long way from home. And you see like a badger snout poking from above the battlements down towards you. And there's a slight shimmer of maybe a lantern or a torch up there.
I mean, yeah, I'll look up and be like, yeah, we're looking for a guy really, really talented at fiber arts.
He's like, oh yeah, we got plenty of those here. Patched up a few myself. No, but for real, stop wasting my time. What brought
real.
you to Duginthroat Keep?
No, we're here looking for Mr. Duginthroat. He submitted a like a fiber arts thing to the local university's competition, and so we're trying to bring him back.
Hey Jasper, this peasant playing mind games on us or what? You heard the other guys mumbling something, and he's like, "Well, you're looking for Duginthroat, are you? You're sure you're looking for Duginthroat?"
I look over at Martha. We're looking for Duginthroat, right? Like
Birch Duginthroat.
Yeah, Birch Duginthroat.
There's money in it too.
They stop, and you notice that kind of like the mocking tone starts dropping a bit as they get like almost like someone dropped a bucket of cold water over their heads, as they both start talking, and the other voice kind of like reaches over, and now there's two badger snouts, one of them peeking out from a window in the gatehouse while the other one is peeking from the battlements, and you start seeing more and more of these snouts kind of like looking down upon you, and you're not sure if, like, you've never spoken to a badger. You can only see like kind of like the snouts and the hides. So the second one asks you, "Are you with the king's men? Is this regarding some bounty or something?"
Look at Marta. They're asking if we're here for a bounty. I mean, not really, right?
No,
like,
not exactly. No.
No, I'll look back up and I'm like, not really. The only like bounty we're looking for is this Birch Duginthroat guy, so we can bring him back to the university so he can become this age's next great fiber arts person.
Is this conversation happening on the left or right side of the gatehouse, which now everybody
between them, you see there's like various badgers there, and it appears like one of them ran up from down from the gatehouse, like through some stairs and down to the battlements to speak to the one that was originally insulting you.
Okay.
And then took over the conversation. But there's several of these like badgers now.
So they're like kind of calling across the tops of these from these different.
Yeah, they're making themselves known.
Cool.
And you can count at least 8 of them.
So we've got the and there are some on each of the top surfaces. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't quite spot all of them because you're below them.
No,
like
that's fine.
You're like,
can I? I'm gonna. How rough is the surface of this wall? Like, is it? I mean, is this classic? Like, is the picture accurate? Like, are they big stone blocks stacked on top of each other?
The pictures are definitely accurate. It's like, even though it's cracked and scarred, like the skin of an old and weathered warrior.
Okay.
It's the lower blocks of stone are giant.
Cool.
You see that they're reaching straight like across the battlements though, and they're like some of them to try to get a good look at you. Some of them holding lanterns, and they're not. It doesn't seem like they've spotted you, Greg.
Yeah, I want to see if I can get near where the wall and the gatehouse go up. Probably on the far side from where we came up. So I think it's probably on the unseeable backside of the gatehouse at this moment. And I'm going to try to climb up the wall if possible.
So you can, like, because you're right up against the surface of the wall, so the back of the gatehouse would be inside the keep.
Oh, no. I mean, by which I mean the far side from where we came up, or the left side of the picture, kind of where it butts up against the wall, right?
All right. You see, there's like a one of the badger figures are leaning over the wall towards, kind of like to get a look at your two companions.
Okay.
So you're not sure if climbing up would lead you right to two of them, or where it's exactly it would like take you. So you're going in blind.
That is,
Good.
I do understand that. That is fine. That is the choice I am making still.
It can also be taken as a threat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So do you have climb?
I do. That's the other thing I would have put points in.
Yep.
And that's a 2.
That's 2. Yeah. You got 2 on your dice roll?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So I'll say that you spend a minute doing that while the others are. Describe how you climb, by the way, like how it's very smooth and careful, definitely.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think there is, there's some moments where it's easy to find purchase, but given the size of these blocks, those are mostly 1-to-1. I think there's a little bit of like using the gate wall pops, comes out a little bit from the wall itself. Like just where the facade is. And so I'm kind of using in the spots where there's not an easy handhold, kind of reaching over and grabbing the other wall or using pressure between the two to kind of make my way up consistently.
Find that the further up you get, the less what do you call it? Fillings have been used in the cracks that have existed there. So it becomes significantly easier
the higher you get
across, well, into the range where you would take fall damage for falling, basically. So the 2 others of you are still like being scrutinized, as they're like, bounty on Duginthroat, like you better watch your language there because words are valuable around here.
Oh, no, I mean, sorry, I mean no offense. We truly, and I'm gonna like pat down my chest. Like certainly, the Academy like gave us something to give to Birch Duginthroat to like invite him in, and I'll like search around see if I've got like a thing to read off. I realize we didn't establish that, but
yeah, no, you sure, yeah, you have like you definitely have an invitation. I'm sure. And as you bring it out, they start whispering again. They go, well, you still gotta give the oath and pay the sting. You lot ready to do that? There's only 2 of you.
Are they still speaking in chaotic or thieves' cannon?
No, they start.
Okay.
If you're making it like they're making themselves understood to both of you once they heard the name Duginthroat, and if you request it, they would definitely speak in common now.
I think March is actually willing to, of anybody in this group.
Yep. So as you're like up there, you hear that Thrag. You hear that you're almost by the battlements as you see one shadow above you, and hear the footsteps as it starts moving towards the gatehouse as well.
Okay.
To help the other one. A moment goes as your elbow reaches up to the battlements as you hear like the portcullis gate starts rising.
It's okay. I love it. I'm excited I did this anyways.
And you come up and see like this narrow, cracked flagstone path on top on a top level of many like descending shelves. And you see kind of like this small, well, almost like a small city within the keep. And I'm not going to share the picture again because it's going to crash everything on the stream. But
you can drop the picture and I can share it just like I'm doing with everybody else.
Okay, great. So yeah, you see like, oh, it's a PNG. I can't drop it into Discord. I'm afraid it's too big. You see like a town square where a beheaded statue stands. Flickering lights dance in what appears to be a multi-store townhouse towards one end, while a raven is landing in a vast tower to your right on the far northeastern corner of the wall you're currently in front of down there on the ground. There's all these little like ramshackle buildings and shadowy little silhouettes walking around, and as you spot the back of the character that just went to help the other guard, you see that it's definitely a person in a badger hide.
Oh, interesting. I love it.
And the portcullis gate starts like going up as you hear like two doors that are opening on each side from a tunnel that goes in towards a double wooden gate about how much would that be, like 8 meters tall or so. At the center of the tunnel, approaching torches reflect in the metal of a bear trap lying in the mud in the center of the tunnel. They come towards you, these very like ragged looking characters and matching badger hides. The only thing similar to any kind of uniform or common belonging. And you see a total of 5 of them start coming out. 3 of them stand in the back and 2 of them comes up to you. And they're like, all right, well, first of all, you're ready to pay to give the oath of dull blades, strangers. Good luck surviving. Good riddance on you surviving the poacher's path all by yourselves. The two little things that you are. A lot of things go bump in the night, and they kind of like chuckle and elbow each other. One of them reveal a short sword on his side.
Oh, you mean like that Trog guy?
What's a Trog? Listen, let's not make this more complicated. So the oath of dull blades is that you, no matter what your profession is in the outside, the civilized world, you will not kill, murder, or plot against the barony while residing within the walls of Duginthroat Keep. Do you swear?
Seems fair enough.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Such as punishable by the strike of a dull blade.
That seems fair enough.
It's a very fair law, and the only thing that keeps us from going at each other's throats. You know, I have quite the reputation out there. I'll tell you that much. Ha, Jasper. The other one kind of like rolls his eyes and comes over and starts patting you down. Thrillius.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. He's like going over and is like, any fox fare?
No, I don't think so. Like you want garlic, I got garlic. You want wolfsbane, I got wolfsbane. But nothing, no fox related anything on me.
They go through and proceed to attempt to like search you and kind of like track all your belongings. Are you fine with that as well, Martha?
No. Martha's like, here's my sword. Pulls out a couple of different knives from various pockets. Here's what I got.
No untaxed goods.
No.
He kind of like takes out the sword and they starts like looking for stuff inside of it, inside a sheath, as they're like going through your stuff, and they hand it back, and they tell you that they want 25% of the value of all the belongings you're bringing into the keep.
I'll take my backpack, and can I just leave this in the gatehouse?
It's for the common good, on orders from Baron Arnard the Bloody himself.
All right. Well,
though he might reimburse you if you really have information regarding.
I'll give him like 5 gold.
5 gold?
Yeah. I have no idea what the actual value of my bag is, but I don't think it's that much. It's just adventuring gear, and I'm not counting the value of my armor.
What about you, Julius?
I mean, yeah, most of what I have is just basic adventuring gear stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think I will probably also hand over 5 gold. I'm like, I think this will probably cover it.
What do you say here, Jasper? The purse is a little light, don't you think? And they like chuckle and look towards each other and get that kind of like mocking glare back. They're like, I don't think that adds up for that shiny armor you got there, soldier. And they're looking at it like.
I'll look over and just say, maybe we could offer you some services in trade. If you've got any magic tomes, I'm happy to read them for you.
Like
I'm also
magic.
curious which place is considering what kind of place is considering somebody's arms and armor and goods. I'm not planning on trading these.
Like, well, I wouldn't know. I'd have to take your word for it, and I wouldn't know. And I never even met you. I mean, you could be planning to sell that other one there as a thrall for all we know.
I'll toss him another 4 gold and be like, that should cover it.
He grins and kind of like you see that like some bet is resolved between the two of them as they kind of like nonchalantly bow to each other. Well, I am sure that the Baron of Duginthroat would like to know your business with his son.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. That sounds like exactly what we're here for. I don't see anything this could be a problem about.
And the gate starts opening. The 2 double gates as the badgers in the back are kind of like pushing it open. And they're like, welcome to Duginthroat Keep. We're the badgers because we patrol the walls and tunnels of the Free State. And well, we're the worst criminals and murderers in here. If you act up, you got to deal with us. And they kind of like line up on each their side. Raggedy Thrag, yeah. You're on top there, and I forgot to mention that towards the center of the square, there's like a crumbling ruins next to a half collapsed like center wall, which probably previously like split it from like an inner keep.
Okay.
And there's like a giant. How much would that be? 90 foot crack in the middle of it, like a maw, where you can see like almost like a aurora borealis from below this shimmer of pink, on the like separating half the keep on the other side, which is completely dark.
Yeah. Love that. I am just gonna go. So I've come up to the gate. Is the gatehouse taller than the wall?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Now you're on the wall itself, not on the gatehouse. Did I misunderstand that earlier?
Oh, that's fine. That works just as well too. I was thinking about going up to the top, like one of the levels of the gatehouse, but my end result here is just to go over the wall. So
yeah, you're on top of the wall. There's plenty of like stairs and like descending stairs.
Excellent.
And areas. You also notice that like a tower on your right side. There's going to be a lot of information right here.
Yeah.
Wish I could send you the PNG.
If you've got it in a Google Drive link, you can drop.
It's in the Google Drive link I sent.
Oh, cool. I'll go grab it. Do you know what it's called?
So, it's called Duginthroat Keep, I think, or Duginthroat Map.
I shall go retrieve it.
Yeah, there's like the tower torches starts getting lit again by like guards who are coming out, and you see that like the tower to the southeast is completely drenched in black and white paint, almost like badger stripes. It's unroofed as well. So that's about the details right now. So you want to go down on the other side, down to the square?
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to get in here. And I will honestly just wait on the other side. I'll wander around a little bit. If there are people out and about, I'll just kind of, fold into the crowd a little bit, but I'm generally hanging out near near enough to the gatehouse to see if my friends make it through or not.
All right. Yeah, no, you come down on the other side and you see that like you can spot and the torch lights that kind of like almost make like street lights along the little houses and stalls here. You can spot at least like 40, 50 people like walking around, all of them looking like kind of like shady and up to no good, but from various backgrounds and walks of life. A lot of them start kind of like gathering by the other side of the double gate as the two of you are led through. You also hear kind of like burping and shouting from the 3-story townhouse building that I mentioned previously. The two of you did not know where Thrag is, by the way. I mean, if you like, player knowledge is character knowledge, so you can link up or whatever. But yeah, when you come in, you notice like these very curious and somewhat predatory eyes from the denizens of the keep, as you are outsiders coming into a keep seemingly inhabited by criminals.
I look over at
Right.
Marta. They seem nice.
Yeah, they seem all right.
And they're one of the badgers that followed you in walks towards a tall, a bit slimmer hall by the collapsed wall, where two brassiers are burning outside. And you're informed he's going to alert the Baron that you have news of his heir.
Yeah, we got an opportunity for you.
And you're standing by like the foot of what seems like a beheaded statue, marble statue. The people around you don't greet you. They don't welcome you. They whisper and point and chuckle as they pass by. Do you wish to do anything while you wait? All three of you, like for that matter.
I mean, I'd love to inspect that statue real quick.
Okay, you want to inspect the statue? I'm just going to ask what everyone's doing, and then we'll like do it kind of in order as we're moving.
Well, we're here looking for the Baron's kid, I guess.
Yeah, you're going to be granted access to, or granted like entry probably in a little while. They're just gonna alert him of your arrival.
Okay. I think Marta's just kind of scanning the place, so I'll just follow along with what the rest are doing.
Yeah, there seems to be like a little outside of the ale house. It seems to be these little improvised ramshackle stalls where there's some kind of a market, and you hear animal sounds and smell manure from the northern side, from behind like a hay roof of a lower building there. You found a map there, Tony?
Yeah, I got it up for everybody, and I
Okay,
shared it
cool.
in the Discord. I shared the link to the Google Drive in the Discord so that players can take a look at it.
Awesome.
And I've got it zoomed in on the area we're talking about right now.
Cool.
Or by which I mean the front half of the keep. Yeah, I think I am. Does the marketplace look like it is, because it is now night? Does this look like it is winding down, just getting started, or like in just the middle of normal business flow for the time of day?
So it seems like it's definitely not bustling, but there's a deal being made, a transaction being made here and there.
but no one's
but you're
like,
not sure if this is like the shady kind of like everyday status quo, or if it's like just like closing down.
yeah, but nobody's making signs of like, oh, I'm rolling up my merchant's roll and headed home for the night immediately.
Some of the stalls are empty, and as
Okay.
you look over them, something else strikes you that's very strange, because they're all being handled by old ladies,
By old ladies.
like pruny, bitter, wrinkly old women with these, like, what do you call them, shawls, like the headdress. You see some of them have like these like bundles of birch underneath their arms.
I'm gonna just wander through and kind of inspect the wares and just mostly listening to conversations of trade as I go through. As a player, I'm looking for generalized information. I don't have a hunch here on anything going on.
That's good.
Just trying to get a sense of how trade operates here in the keep.
Yeah. Frillius, you're looking at the statue meanwhile, and you see that like it is written in a complicated old black letter engraved on a plaque in front. The words Count Cavenlock. The statue is, as I mentioned previously, beheaded and appears to be of like a very formally, maybe even noble clad masculine figure holding up one arm with a cat of nine tails suspended in animation. That's in suspended animation, and kind of like a dramatically hovering short cape behind him.
Well, certainly that can't be our vampire. No, I realize I'm playing Thrillius is pretty naive, but even that's obvious. Are any of the badgers still around hanging out with us?
Yeah, there's always there's one of them is standing by you, kind of like awkwardly, and is like kind of like flicking like a blade up and open, while like kind of like awaiting with you. Yeah.
I mean, I'll just ask him, hey, what's up with this Count Cavenlock character?
Well, it's always been there. Some say he built the keep long ago. What do I care? He's dead and we're not, huh?
I hope so. I don't know about you, like trying to look. Well, I guess the head's not up there. Like, is the head of this statue around anywhere? Do you know? Like, I got a hunch. I want to look and see if he's got some fangs on him or something.
Yeah, the badger.
Oh no, not no.
Oh, you're asking
the statue.
So he's kind of like chuckling and like, if anything's not mounted to the ground, it's long been stolen, or it's been sold or stolen long ago. I'll tell you that much. I can tell you're new. You like books, huh? got another slitter worm right here.
Well, I mean, yeah, books have recently become my trade. I mean, I used to just kind of be a farmer, but turns out you read the right kind of books, you get some fun help on the farm. So,
He's like a farmer, like Millie. He kind of like, his eyes looks over to the area where you could smell them near previously, as he says that, as he's like glimpsing over to where the animal noises were coming from. Before they return to you.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't met this Millie person, but I mean, yeah, mostly just kind of small crops and things. It was honest work.
Like, well, farmer, maybe you'll do us a deed. take Dottie's place the next time the crow crones come back for the second servings. It sure I don't think that piglet was enough for all of them. And he kind of like uses the back of his kind of like pole arm and just pokes your belly mockingly, almost like his measuring your how much fat's on you. You're walking along. Are you doing anything else, by the way, Marfa, before we get to Thrillius again?
I think I'm actually gonna like pop over to the market and take a look.
Yeah, like everything here is fairly within like proximity. Nothing says that you're being like detained or anything like that. You're just like waiting to be summoned to the greeting hall, more or less.
I'm just scanning over the market, seeing if there's anything strange or unusual there that I can.
Yes, you notice the details that I mentioned previously. You smell kind of like a very salty broth or like a stew coming from the ale house. Where it's outside, you can your eyes makes out the crude and misspelled sign that reads "The Serpent King Inn." You also see Thrag there, who is currently like browsing the stalls. And Thrag, as you're close enough to see this, you hear like you hear like from one of the old ladies, your fur tail already, huh? I don't know how you keep coming up with ways to get in there, but you did good. Real sportsman like, says the old lady as she like grins a toothless grin and takes a pelt hat from the customer and attaches a tail to it and returns it. There are 3 foxtails on the hat as she returns it to the customer.
Did the customer, like, can I see something the customer gave her? Like, is there anything on the table?
Yeah, you see like a bag of what appears to be like tobacco and grain in various like smaller pouches inside of it on the counter itself of the little stall. Okay,
cool. So wherever they went, it's a place you can get tobacco and grain. That's what I know. So,
and he he kind of like proudly puts the pelt on his head as he like walks past you towards like one of the badgers. He's like ignoring you. He doesn't realize the 2 of you are like watching him as he's like he goes like, "Hey, Toba," and the badger, she goes like what? Oh, come on, you got me again? Yeah, I got my fur tail. Look at that. Didn't even spot me. You gotta fill in those holes in the wall. Your eyes be what do you call it? Betraying you. And the badger kind of like spits on the ground and like, wow, next frickin' time. God damn it. That fucking fox. And she walks off angrily. And there's some kind of thing going like social dynamic.
How many have I seen other people like, or are there other people visible who have foxtails on a hat, like sporadically through the crowd?
You spot 1 or 2. One has 1 tail, another has 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you see this as well, Marfa, as the badger kind of like walks away from the stall. And you see most of the stalls, they sell like typical adventuring gear and provisions. Nothing
unusual.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, and the 2 of you meet. You see Thrag inside here.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
He gives kind of a casual shrug.
Yeah.
As this is not the first time he's suddenly been in a city that y'all were trying to get in, or avoided a guardhouse. I think he kind of like, I'm just going to gesture towards the ale house, kind of having taken this in and head that direction.
All right. As you know, Thrag, being under the eyes of a baron after trespassing into a keep where you have not been identified by the guards can potentially backfire on you.
I know. Yeah.
If you suddenly make yourself known, as it doesn't, it appears to be fairly trafficked, but there's not as many people here because you're a thief. You notice stuff.
Yeah.
That you would be, that it would be easy for you to kind of like blend in when separated from the crowd.
Yeah, I'm more indicating where I'm going than I am inviting Martha to go with me.
Yeah. This is probably your typical procedure when getting to a new place anyway. So after a while, Thrillias and Marfa, as Thrag enters the Serpent King, you see light coming from inside of the greeting hall. The gates open and you see like a badger comes out there and like it's like, hey, book learners and common speakers, the Bloody Baron is ready to receive you now.
Right?
All right. You're led into a hall. It's rectangular and long, and you see like a red mile is flanked by 2 aisles of phasing armored mannequins and carrying various heraldries, all bloody and rusted, almost like trophies, and vandalized war banners decorate the walls on each side. The light in here is coming from the far end of this red mile, where you see a long table, where you hear kind of like aggravated arguments coming between some different voices from the inside. We're going to get back to you soon, Thrag, as you're kind of like split up right now, if that's fine. Yeah. As you're not currently in the hall, if I understood correctly.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, the 2 of you are standing at the edge of the red mile there. Do you proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your footsteps are echoing through the hall as you come forwards towards the table, where you see 3 figures are currently sitting around it. 2 of them are clad in these like almost like raven cloaks, black and heavy. One of them looks surprised at you, Marfa, as she has both a exotic haircut, but also misses an eye, which is covered by an eye patch. She's as tall as a like a wolf standing on its hind legs. The man next to her has like a rough crew cut. And looks like he hasn't slept for a couple of days. A wild black beard, drenched in old ale and soup, is arguing, or just stops his argument with a wrinkly old scholar that sits next to him as they become quiet and look towards the 3 of you. No, the 2 of you, I mean. So, yeah.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with us.
Not every day we get outsiders asking or throwing around the name of our heir. You're new to Duginthroat, I presume, he says as he takes a big swirl of his, like, you see like his forearms are massive.
I think we both kind of like share a look. We're like, yeah.
The woman next to him is like inspecting you violently, almost like she's estimating every capability of your bodies to inflict harm as she runs you up and down. The scholar is tapping his fingers restlessly on the wooden table. Well, I assume a welcome is in order, the large man says, and he gets up. I am Arnar, the Baron of Duginthroat, and this is my kingdom. Welcome.
I'll give like a little bow.
Yeah, do a small bow, doff the hat.
See, he slams down like his empty tankard. Like, so, what do you know about my son?
Oh yeah,
Is this your doing?
I'll pull out the scroll. Sorry, the university sent us. It looks like Birch Duginthroat is hereby invited to study at the academy under fiber arts, and then there's some fine print down here about for public appearances and things. But yeah, no, it turns out a submission that he made was really good, and so we were sent here to collect him and bring him back to the university.
You notice that like the woman gets up aggressively next to him and like kind of like pulls out a blade as you said it. You see that, you old fool? It's no when we let the boy fucking run around with and follow his adolescent naive dreams like that. There's no wonder that the king's army is on their way to our doorstep at this very moment.
I'll put my hands up. Like, whoa! No! We don't represent any king. We're just here on university business.
How do we know you're not bringing them with us? And Arnar, the Baron, kind of like laughs, so it echoes through the hall as you say that. As he's just like spectating for a moment, just watching how he'll react to his wife's fury.
I mean, I'll look at Martin and be like, do we have anything else? I don't know what we can tell these people.
Well, we're looking for Birch. There's coin in it. There's opportunities.
Is this a joke? He says, and he looks very confused. And the scholar kind of like raises a finger. If I can excuse the barony for a moment, they have had much to think about in these last days since the keep was ripped in two by powers unknown.
I was wondering about that.
You see, as any father would, he is, or any parents would, they are much conflicted as since the ripple that the Baron's son, Birch, have been, not seen from or heard from, as he was on the opposite side of the path.
Well, that's a problem.
As well as his dear old father, of course. If I may introduce you, my court, and that they both kind of like look at him like with like almost like angry old bears as he arrogantly steps forward. Baron Arnar of Duginthroat and his wife and Sergeant Svala One Eye of the Pagan Isles. I am a Slitherworm, their humble advisor.
I mean,
A
again,
pleasure.
Small bow. Pleasure to meet you all. No, go ahead.
So if I'm understanding correctly, your son is trapped on the other side of this chasm?
My son, my father, all of the riches that we have plundered from fat rich nobles and greedy merchants over the years, all stuck there. I would give all my treasures to get my son back,
Well,
and of course the old man.
it seems that we're aligned then. If we can get over there and find your son, or find a way back across, we can ask him about this opportunity.
The woman who still has the sword reached out in front of her, which is quite a massive blade, points it towards you. As she steps, like she sheaths it and steps like along the table. If it was only so easy, huh? We could all just get along and be allies and trust each other as blindly. But unfortunately, and she quickly like brings it out and beheads a statue next to you, or one of the mannequins. We have an enemy within, which have alerted the king's army of our presence, on top of our internal conflicts. No one are allowed to cross the crack until the traitor is found.
Well, I mean, nobody knows us. We could always poke around a little bit.
She kind of like what do you call it? She narrows her eyes and thinks and looks at Arnar, and then back towards the advisor as she says, "Slitterworm, leave us with our guests for a moment. You two, tunnel badgers," and they all leave. As the four of you are left here alone. Well, it is impressive that you managed to make the poacher's path with just the two of you. I have no idea how you found a keep. But it's I guess it's as good as any solution right now, and we have no risk and harm coming upon you. So if you can locate a traitor, I will allow my husband and father of my son to grant an excursion or an expedition to the inner keep.
Sounds like a deal.
Sounds like a deal. I would ask, we do have one more ally around. We seem to have lost track of him, but we would like to bring him with us if that's quite all right. And
you lost him on the path?
Yeah, I don't know where he got off to, but besides that, of course, if there are any strong and capable individuals that you've got here in the keep, I'm happy to hire some help if if that might be good. I'm all about stimulating the local economy.
Arnar the Baron, kind of like an excited, almost like hope awakens in his eyes when almost like this has been almost like he's almost given up on all of this until you came into the hall. If you go to get my son back, I will. You can have one badger and all of the treasure you can find within the keep, because gold grows on trees on the merchant's march, but blood is hard to gather once it's spilled.
Eloquently said.
Oh, thank you. I'm more of a murderer myself. But, and they spit in their hands and kind of like fill tankards for you as well, as they, if you allow them, like gesture and shake your elbows in thieves' manner
Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, Thrag is in. You come into an alehouse and you see a giant skeletal serpentine head staring straight at you with big hollow black eyes hanging from a chain in the ceiling. A crown is decorated on its head. The thing must be like at least like 12 meters long, hanging and like almost covering like half of the room itself. You hear the sound of repeatedly stabbing metal against wood. Smell aromas of broth and ale, and hear colorful cursing in both common and thieves' cant. An old barkeep is kind of like twitching his ears and throwing you a glare from across the dimly lit common area.
I mean, I know I need to immediately spend money in this location before going and finding out wherever the sound of knives stabbing into wood was coming from. I think is my order of operations. So I'll go.
Oh, you're a thief. You notice immediately.
Oh yeah, no. But I also feel like if I don't spend money, it's going to be a problem. And so, from the look of the bartender, so I mean, I will go order some ale, and some whatever the broth is. I know enough to not inquire specifically, and then make my way over to where the knife games are being played.
Yeah, as you're like moving towards, like you have to almost like walk through the labyrinthine rib cages of this lower rib cages of the beast itself. You've never seen a beast like this. This must like
so the house was built around this beast. The ale house is kind of structured like the ribs go down into the ground.
It's hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
Like so, it's above the ground, but not by much.
Okay.
And as you're like maneuvering through it, you can see a staircase that leads up and an open door frame where the sound of a bubbling cauldron can be heard. Yeah, you come up to the barkeep and you notice that like once you stand in front of him that his eyes are completely blank because he kind of like looks just adjacent to you. He's like, what?
Can I?
Who's there? You listen. If you're watching me again.
I mean, I'm not watching you particularly. I just came up to order a.
Oh, good.
Order
You
a
can
drink.
talk. All right. Good,
Oh yeah.
Good. Just making sure it's not those blasted eyes again, watching me in the night.
The worst kind of eyes.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Serpent King. I'm Voss. Will it be wine, ale, or house hooch?
Let's start with the ale and work our way to the house hooch.
Yeah, he presents like the menu, and the ale is 25 silver. They also have poacher stew, which is 50 silver. And he informs you that a night of lodging and food is a gold piece in the hayloft.
I will start with just the two ales and the poacher stew.
Yeah. He looks at you like, name's Voss, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Voss. I dare not introduce myself.
And he's like always like looking like a little bit next to you. It's very apparent that he's completely blind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll order and go find the knife games happening.
Yeah. He mumbles something about eyes watching him in the night as you pass him. And yeah, you come across like it's one just general like seedy looking character and two like one of the like the same badger and fox that you saw previously, like the fox hat character and the badger that are sitting and playing what do you call it, four finger fillet on the table. The knife is stabbing rapidly, as it seems like all of them are worried to breathe too loudly as they're staring with wild focus on the violent game at hand.
Excellent.
Mhm.
I'm gonna between a set of rounds when they are not actively trying to not stab their fingers.
That's easy enough. Yeah, they stop eventually.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Between
the
I will put the 2 ales down, one for each of them, and this just slurp on the stew. And I'm not trying to interrupt. I'm just giving them a drink. Like that is. I mean, if they engage, that's great. But I'm just putting one down for each of them.
they look up at you, and I wait for like a hostile second before they laugh and share with you. So you come to join for a game of a game of blades.
I mean, if you have space for a third, I absolutely. Otherwise, I'm just happy to watch.
Yeah, one of the other ones is like covering like his finger with band-aids and like as he like fresh blood is dripping down his palm. And yeah, they make space for you, and the badger is kind of like cleaning off like a bloody rusted, clearly not HMS certified blade, and kind of like stabs it in the table. So go ahead there, outsider. Let's see.
Clarifying a couple
see
things.
your worth. Mm-hmm.
Badgers we know patrol the walls. Have we seen fox heads already at this point in time?
You saw Foxhead, like the fox hat.
The fox hat is the one with the tails on it.
They clearly have some kind of dispute with the badgers.
Okay.
Great.
They got another tail after making some kind of transaction with
Gotcha.
the old lady in the stall outside.
Gotcha. Does it matter what type of hat people have if they have tails or not?
Not everyone have hats, and you've seen that the fox hats come with like one of them got an additional tail
Right.
after selling something.
Correct.
To the stall.
But the badgers don't have any tails that we've seen.
No.
Okay. And the interplay seems to be that the badgers are trying to keep foxes from crossing something, and the foxes are out maneuvering them. Cool. Excellent. I just want to make sure I'm tracking the details properly.
You seem to have a hunch.
Yeah. But these two also seem to be, there doesn't seem to be enmity between them, and even the interaction I saw earlier was provocative but sounded generally friendly.
Yeah, you see, actually, like the badger says to the fox that, like, "Oh, well, be glad that it's the dull blade of sportsmanship, and not the punishment of dull blades that struck you today, three tails." And they kind of like give each other like a sinister grin, almost like they're mocking each other as he keeps wrapping up his finger.
I'll certainly try not to stab my fingers with these two guys for a little while.
Why don't you give me a dex check there?
Yeah, sure.
It's a standard, I would say.
That's a.
Or unless you're doing something to like cheat or something like that.
Oh no. This is I am only in this to extract as much local casual information as I can. So my goal is to keep the two of them talking to each other about what's been going on recently, while I can listen.
As you pick up the blade, they also ask you, "Well, where's the? How much coin are you betting?"
Oh, I mean, can I look at the table and tell if there is a standard amount that's being wagered right now?
As you're looking down on it, kind of like I think your greedy little eyes kind of like widen as you see there's some fat stacks of gold right here.
Okay, so
you can count at least 70 gold pieces covering this table.
So they're playing with gold, not with silver. My character would have a sense of this. I will provide I will use the GM can tell me what the amount is. I will provide a mildly but not overly impressive opening bid. So if there's 70 on the table, that feels like 10 to 15, but I don't know if that's accurate depending on the way that rounds work.
They say minimum is 10.
Yeah, then I'll do 15. That's great.
15. All right. Cool. So
I'm buying the second least expensive bottle of wine is what I'm doing.
If you fail on your dice roll, you'll get you'll take a D4 a D2 amount of damage.
Yeah. Let me go look at my dex is my dex is 17. That's
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I succeed by 5.
You succeed by 5. Great. Excellent. Shucks. And yeah, you win. You now have 15 additional.
Excellent.
They're like, huh, you're quick with the blade there. I feel like they cheer with you, and they give you a rumor, so you can roll me a d20.
Yeah, baby.
As you're kind of like, well, they lower their shoulders and see that you're a cutthroat like them.
As we had the 1, we now also have the 20. Whatever the 20 rumor is, we will get also.
All right. See, is like in between the rounds, as they're drinking with you, just they're like, hey, you haven't seen a newcomer. You haven't seen a goofy looking farmer wandering around on your way here, huh? Must have gotten lost in the woods or something.
Oh, like big floppy hat?
Nah, like real dumb looking, bowl cut and freckles and all.
Oh no,
Milvin. He's the husband of Millie. It's been gone for 2 days. With the farm not running, we don't eat.
So the farm is not running currently?
Well, it's at half capacity. I mean, it's only so much honest work to be done around Duginthroat anyway. You know what I'm saying? Catch my drift?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, as that happens, I'll say the two of you also approach the tavern, as this would have taken about as much time. Like getting to, I picture you play like various rounds. We're not gonna spend this whole stream doing like gambling.
I don't know. I just found out how much gold I can make and realized what my dex score was and how this works. Maybe that's all we do for the next. No,
that's good.
Take all of the money in this town.
That was during playtest. The first thing that someone pointed out was that, well, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but once they realized how one aspect of the market economy worked, they were like, if this wasn't a playtest, we would just like grind this economy to the ground.
Yeah.
And that is a perfectly applicable way.
Yeah, that's a type of fun you can have, depending on the type of fun you like to have.
We are adventurers, if not here to destabilize the local economy.
That's right.
There's a lot of traditional adventures to be had here, but there's also a setting to just like
play around in. Yeah, I love it.
On that, why don't we take like our second break as we're all meeting up and are ready to kind of like make some plans here.
Sounds good. If you want to find out more about this setting, want to see a little bit more about what Duginthroat has to offer, go over to ttrpg.link /Duginthroat Divided. Because we know that both streams currently, if you're watching this later, the link will be in the description. If you're watching this live right now, it's just ttrpg.link /Duginthroat, which is right below Adam's beautiful face. We will be back in just a few minutes to keep on playing. And we are back live again here on Plus One EXP's Roll for Content, playing through Duginthroat Divided. We've gotten into the keep in different ways and are exploring some of the different factions and elements and parties within. Having a good time in a classic tavern scene where we're catching up with each other. So, oh man, these are gorgeous. We're looking at some of the different folks. I'll pop these up on the screen in just 1 second for people to take a look at. But yeah,
I think there is a picture of the badger in the correct color scheme in the drive folder that you can upload as.
I'll take a look at that.
Cold
then.
Badger, yeah. Yeah, so you're all like catching up. I assume that you're like you're filling each other in on what you've been up to and the information. We don't have to like play that out, as you as players probably know. Each other is like what you've been up to, but it's getting closer to 10 p.m. at night, and I'm wondering what are you planning on spending like the rest of the night on, or are you gonna call in early?
I think Marta's gonna call it in early. Find a room at the inn.
Like you have a couple of leads right now that you're able to go off on, and like whether you want to try to find the whistleblower, the enemy. No, you can absolutely like go to bed. I'm just like just clarifying the information you've gotten so far. You've been told that one of the half of the husband of Millie, who runs the farm within the keep, is missing. That there's that there's a enemy or a traitor who have informed the king's army of the keep's position, and that they are currently on their way to attack Duginthroat. And a whole lot of like little hints of the dynamics of the factions and various CD types within the keep. But you can absolutely take an early night. That is not a problem at all.
I don't want to spam a money-making opportunity too much, but I do want to bet a little bit more gold.
Have you been drinking for the whole time?
I have not, actually. Specifically, I drank soup and I gave the other two people alcohol. And so that was an intentional choice on behalf of both me and Thrag. And so, because I have been drinking, but Thrag has not. And so, he's still pretty clear-eyed in this whole process and is playing straight. Oh man, that was close. I succeed by 1 this time. I'm gonna bet the same amount because I want to spam this, but I don't want to spam it as a I'm gonna wager all my money thing. I'm gonna wager 15 every single time. So if I make even odds, I'll just make those rolls and let you know if I pass or not. Does that work?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
yeah, I succeed and then I succeed by 1 and then succeed by 10. And so,
all right, on your like when you're about to go for a third time. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah. No, you don't notice anything. Everything's
great.
fine.
I love it. Everything's great.
Yeah. Marfa, did you want to pay for lodging?
Yeah. I'll try and get a room.
Yes, you get food included for that, so that's like a gold piece. There's Voss says that you can get there's 2 vacant stalls in the hayloft. He also tells you to not mind the terrible moans at night.
Sure. I've slept in a barracks.
As you go up the staircase, you see that like there's quite a big crowd gathered around Thrag and Thrillius. Thrillius, are you also there playing knife games?
I think I would certainly be spectating to make sure that Thrag doesn't have backup if something goes wrong.
He's the centerpiece of, or he's kind of like the main attraction right now. You see a lot of characters standing around you guys, and not everyone are rooting for him. Yeah, you get up, Marfa, and you hear snoring from one of the stalls. It's basically like a half floor. I got a map of this as well because we have maps for everything in Duginthroat Divided. So
They're all. I popped up the bar scene, the R&R's table just a second ago.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, did you find the Serpent King picture there?
Oh, did I?
Do you have that?
I don't have that in the art file. If you drop it in, I'll show you.
All right, yeah, I'll just drop it in here. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, so like the top floor there is basically the hayloft. You see that there's it's almost like a stable the way it's, because it's just like 4 ramshackle walls that also function as support pillars between piles of hay. In front of you is a seemingly locked but not very sturdy door that leads to like a cornered room. And yeah. What do you do, Marfo?
I'd like to poke around and see who else is staying here.
Yeah, you hear snoring from, seems like a band of 3, seemingly a merchant and his 2 bodyguards are sleeping in one stall. If you're familiar with medieval lodging situations, and I usually go historical on this, there's not a lot of privacy.
Yeah.
They're sleeping heavily. You see that that door, there's a scent of like perfume coming from inside. You could suspect that it might be the lodgings. No, the room, the corner room.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be it might be like the private chambers of Voss and God, the couple that runs the Serpent King.
All right. I think I'm actually going to pop back downstairs and check out where the gambling's going on.
Very well. On your way down, let's see.
Maybe drop off my bag up there or something.
Yeah. As you drop off your bag and you're on your way down, you hear what sounds like an infant child screaming from the kitchen. None of the rest of you hear it from the cheers and gasps and suspense around Raggedy Thrag's impressive knife shenanigans.
I'll see what's going on in the kitchen.
All right.
Gonna pop over there.
Just as you're passing by, someone asks Thrag, "Hey, I'll double that. I'll double the score for the next one if you can do 2 blades, which means +4 on your dice." Well, that means that they give 1 knife to Thrillius as well and asks if he can stab as well. And you both go at the same time.
So
I don't think that's good.
I mean, if I notice there are a lot of people, like I think that kind of makes me notice.
It will be hard for you to get up at this point.
No. I just think that once I notice there are this many people around, like I'm not actually looking to draw this type of attention, and I think this is him noticing for the first time that a crowd has gathered, which was not his intention when he sat down.
You're an outsider, and there's a lot of money.
Oh,
and now there's a lot of money on the outsider.
No, I understand that. This is Thrag doing the mental math of, if I lose now, am I going to make more people happy or mad by losing at this point in time? Is a little bit of the thing.
Maybe it's a morale check. Maybe there's
which I mean I don't. This is what he's doing. It doesn't actually matter if I know the math. What I'm going to do is take it was how many people have gathered around?
Just like 10 people.
Just like
Maybe
10
12.
people. I'm going to give the youngest looking person who is not Thrillius enough coin and yell over to Voss to like get ales basically to buy drinks for everybody. I really don't care what they give, and I give enough that they can get whatever they want. So whether it's the 50 silver or the whatever. So there's,
As you're kind of like grabbing for the coin and reaching towards the youngest person, you look towards a young woman, probably not older than 16 years of age, with a headband and kind of like almost like this very like you recognize the haircut as probably from the Pagan Isles. You've met people from there before, and she has like a big grin on her face, and she's holding your pouch in between her hands.
Holding my pouch?
Like one of them, yeah. You had two satchels of coin,
cool.
Probably, and she's just grinning just as you're about to reach for it, and you look back towards her. The youngest person is holding the pouch.
Cool.
She gives you like a wide smile.
So, do I, I think I just switched to Thieves' Cant. I mean, I'm sure that's what most people were speaking anyways. Like, I don't know what the mix was of common and Thieves' Cant at this point in time. But I will switch over to Thieves' Cant specifically and say, is there something interesting in there for you? With my handful of, another handful of coins, still kind of getting ready to offer her more money.
Just like nothing interesting. Just coin. Just evaluating your skill, and in case you were worth my attention. She says and shakes it, weighs it in her pocket, throws it back at you.
Yeah. I'm about to say at this point there's there's more on the table than is in the pouch. So
yeah, she took 15 coin.
Yeah. I say, well, I was
like
going.
She kept 15 coins from the pouch.
That's fine. At this point, then I will use this as an opportunity to turn to Thrillius and be like, will you get everybody a drink?
Oh yeah, on it.
Because now it's less obvious that I know them, and more obvious that I don't know anybody. Sure. When he comes back, I'll do the double thing. I don't care. Like, it's fun.
All right. Just not ready for this. So as Thrillius, you hold the blade and kind of like look at Raggedy Thrag, like, are you sure about this? Marfa, you come into the kitchen. Like I said, you heard like a scream from there, and you see like a plump elderly woman, kind of like aggressively stomping down into a cauldron. There's like a smoky kind of like aroma here. And you see strange ingredients around the shelves. There's like steam emitting above the floor, the flagstone floor here. And she doesn't seem to have noticed you. She's like, oh, those damn, I'm not gonna, like, thyme will not do the job.
I heard some screaming in here. Is everything okay?
It's just those blasted roots. They never shut up.
Roots?
She goes, yeah, roots. What, you never made a stew before? And as you look on the shelf behind her, you see that some of the root, like some of the ingredients look strangely like infants, like in shape. She looks at you like you just fell down from, like if you just like fell down from a wall or something. Like,
well,
that was a strange question to ask.
Sure, it is a strange question to ask, I'm sure, for her. Can I help?
Well, I can't make a stew without my famous liquid smoke now, can I? Problem is, I don't have any more, and those blasted birch hags took off with all of it.
Okay.
Now I would handle them myself, but of course, like I don't need more eyes on me than I already have right now, considering everyone's looking for the enemy within and all that.
What do you know about that, actually, if I may ask?
She glares at you and smiles. Curious one. Good. I'm gravy god. I cook the slop around here.
You know, it's always good to meet the kitchen staff. I'm Marta.
He says, "Who are you calling staff? I could have been your mother." And she like kind of like slaps your wrist with her broom, with her spatula. Now you see those they think they run everything around here, and well, the barony doesn't do anything about them, so they're free to just rob us all and break the oath whenever they wish.
Who's this?
The birch hags, or the birch wives, as they like to call them, even though I have never seen any of them married. They have monopoly on the trade, the fox, both the fox trade and the normal one. They terrorize, assault. It makes this place rather unpleasant.
Any particular reason that the Baron doesn't deal with them, or?
Oh, I don't know. I guess he has bigger things to think about, like robbing some spoiled brat on a merchant's march, or finding more snakes to impress his father.
Well, you think they might be spies or something? Is that what you're suggesting?
No,
No,
but I do
right.
think they're a plain hazard. If it was, I mean, if it was only so easy, right? I mean, if they were spies, that would be mighty helpful to all of us, wouldn't it? And she gives you almost like a hopeful like grin, smile there, sinister undertones.
I see where she's coming from. I get you.
Everyone has a motive in Duginthroat. Just a matter of finding it.
Well, I appreciate the information. Is there any way I can help you out?
You can get my liquid smoke aroma back from those blasted hags.
Got it. Okay.
Some say the worst one of them is their leader, Sweet Edna. Oh, I swear, she claims she's 65. She's at least 87, if you ask me. But she's a treacherous snake. She hides underneath the keep in the outer tunnels.
So I'm saying we got a lot of leads to work on.
Wouldn't be surprised if she's the one who took old Melvin.
Melvin?
Yeah, Millie's wife. And Millie's husband.
Oh, got it. Okay.
We hear screams from down there, and well, with the barrels disappearing, well, I don't want to imagine what kind of stuff they've been up to.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for this liquid smoke of yours.
If you get it back, you can have one dose for everyone who helped. But a fair warning. And she leans in, and just as she's about to say something, another scream emits from the cauldron, and she like stabs it like violently with her spatula as it stops again. I said, oh, blasted roots. The aroma makes you rather gaseous. So make sure you fart with the wind, if you know what I mean.
I see. Well, I'll leave you to your business. Sorry for. Well, I hope I can help.
Such manners for such a brute frame. She doesn't pinches your cheeks. You're like, you can come back anytime.
Appreciated. I'll head back out to the gambling table.
As the steam kind of like swirls across the floors, you notice a hatch door underneath, right by her foot.
Okay.
Yeah, you go back to the others, and the two of you are about to roll me a dex save each. And because you're trying to like maneuver around each other and stab at the same time, it'll be a +4 to both of you.
Oh, that's
So
not good.
So let me ask a question. If I want to depend less on the skill of my companion, can I take a worse roll to move my hand? Can I basically try to control both sides of this by taking a worse roll myself rather than putting it on Thrillius to do a good job?
So I'm always looking for good reasons to do charisma rolls because I don't do social persuasion rolls or like anything like that because, you know, like player skill is character skill and all that.
Yeah.
So
oh no, I mean take a worse dex roll to like basically be like I'm going to basically automate what I'm doing with my own hand, and while because it was
what I was going to say is that you can pretend like you're stabbing, for example, by rolling a charisma to like kind of like it because you're moving your hand so fast.
Yeah,
it looks like you're stabbing, but you're really just kind of like maneuvering around where he's not supposed to stab or something like that.
sure.
But you have to like fool the crowd.
Cool. All right. That's fine. I I am fine putting it on Adam, but I am also fine just making it harder for me. Also.
Okay, so you want a +8 on your roll? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I was gonna offer, but I'm also fine. I'm also fine doing it the other way of doing a charisma roll because the reality is my dex roll is obscenely high.
Yeah, your suggestion should
work.
Should go through. I don't see any problem with.
Okay,
that.
cool. I
just
just
want
want
to
to make
sure.
sure.
Penalties for both.
Thrillius is like looking at his dagger and is like, I don't know, man.
I just say just go fast.
Here, someone's making chicken noises in the crowds right now. What are you, knife chicken?
All right. So it's a -8.
+8.
It's a +8. Sorry. So, checks if you roll at the number. What is at passing or is it only under?
At's passing.
At is passing. I passed. Then I rolled a 9. So,
how much did you roll?
Do what?
How much did you roll?
I rolled a 9 and my dex is 17.
Motherfucker.
So at 8 would be at.
Sorry, can I swear on Steam?
You just did, and yes, you absolutely motherfucking can swear on stream.
Oh, that's motherfucking awesome. All right. No, you you're like the crowd goes kind of like jaw drop, and you own it. No one's gonna try to rob you tonight. That was like it goes into like wild applause, and you are more than like what do I call it? You're being more than accommodated beyond what will be expected for accommodation, as you're basically being treated like a war hero for the rest of the night.
Great. Now I just have to figure out how to establish the fact that I'm supposed to be in this fucking city, which I already have a plan for. But excellent, great.
Do you give up your name? They're like, well, what is your name, Knife Master? One of them is coming up to you there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I give up my name. That's fine. I'm just have to solve this problem in the next 2 hours of game time in order for this to be reasonably passable, I think.
And do you refuse the offers of ridiculous amounts of house hooch?
I do. I will pretend to drink a lot of drinks, but I will only have some drinks. And so, I think it's a lot of pretending. Like people buy me a drink, and then I pretend to buy other people drinks, but really I'm just giving the drinks that were bought for me to other people. So I am not actually rejecting anything. But he'll consume some alcohol, but not a massive amount in any way, shape, or form.
Right. What about you, Frillius? Do you accept ludicrous amounts of house hooch?
I think Thrillius will certainly try one. Not the most hardy of fellows, despite being a former farmer. So
knocks you the fuck out. You're like you have a pretty rowdy night. Enough, like, but because of your impressive feats, you are not significantly, or you're not targeted or preyed upon. More for it's hard to get to them during the night. They're being very, like, seemingly careless. So I will just say that the rest of the night passes in that case.
So what I would like to do in the early morning hours, and we can play through this as much as we want to, but also I think it's a good stopping point. You can tell me what I need to do to make it happen. I am going to put all my belongings in the common loft with Martha and Thrilius, except for my rope and my ragged cloak. And then I'm going to go climb back down the outside wall using my rope and come back in through the main gate and pay 1 gold coin for the cost of this things I'm bringing in with me. And then come back in and reclaim my items. If you want to play through all that, that is my intended plan.
No, that works
for early,
totally fine.
For early morning. So that we're just dealing with timeline, not with anything else. And so,
well, there is, yeah, that is absolutely fine. There is confusion and even more salutations as, like, if you're mocking someone, it's almost like they're impressed about it. That people say that they're bloody glad that Svala One Eye didn't see these shenanigans because she would have had your tongue. But it's like the Badgers realize that you've been doing something. Like, your name is on everyone's lips, but they are mighty impressed, to say the least.
Great.
You have +1 with Badgers for at least the next week.
That's all anybody ever wants, is to have +1 with Badgers. And so
yeah, they're very impressed with you.
Excellent.
Especially the morning routine. So yeah, during the next day, what are you wishing to do? We're on day 5.
I was actually going to say, I think this is actually potentially a good place to pause for today's session, unless you want to keep on playing. Is that good?
No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
In that case, I just want to end by determining the daily event for the next day.
Cool.
Do one of you wish to roll me a d20?
Oh, Ivy, why don't you do it? I feel like me and Tony have been rolling a
lot. 14.
14?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, sorry. I meant a d10. I'm so sorry.
Oh, a d10.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 9.
All right. I think you all wake up just as, like, you got up a bit earlier, Thrag, but the rest of you are just as you're shook out of your sleep by a terrible, tormented scream from below the keep to the northern side. And the sound of the echoes of something large ripping something smaller apart. Your vivid imaginations will not be able to forget that scream for quite some time. And that's where we'll end.
Excellent.
Cool. The first session of Duginthroat Divided. Thank you so much for playing.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I had an awesome time. Before we hop off, because we're going to do a multi-part stream, we'll do our reaction roll, which is our thoughts about the adventure at the end of our streams together. But today I'd love to just go around and do little stars and wishes. This is stars are things other people did that stood out to you that you want to compliment them on, or that you really loved that moment, just a moment in play or something about the adventure. And then wishes are things we hope happens next time if we have them. So we'll just go around and hit those. Adam, do you want to lead us off?
Sure. Tony, I think just committing to the bit and being like, nope, I'm already climbing up the wall. Fuck it, we'll see where this takes us. Like that, perfect. Like and no repercussions. And Ivy, I think taking point on actually dispatching quote unquote our troll friend is real great, because I don't think either me or Tony could have done anything about it. Wishes wise, I will say I would love to see this vampire plot pay off, but that's because of who I am as a person. but I'm excited to see what might be lurking in the mists as well.
Ivy, you want to go next?
Sure. Stars wise, I really liked our like banter trying to talk to the Baron. Me and Adam, the like, yeah, you know, you're improvising on the Birch Duginthroat sort of stuff. And wishes, I would love to see. I'd love to see. I don't know. I'm just excited to see what's on the other side of this chasm.
Love it. Daniel.
Dude, it was so fun to run this for you guys. I've only run Duginthroat Divided for one playtest group in the past. It was significantly different. It's just a blast seeing like how different groups interact with it and getting to know and play with you guys. I have to say that the shenanigans of Raggedy Thrag feels like something out of like Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser to this point, like his shenanigans, and that was just amazing to me. Like it was pure like classic sword and sorcery stuff that you have to like sneak out the next morning, and I just picture Wally's hangover. I did actually roll reaction rolls for the guards in the background for the whole time here, but you have a lot of pluses because they are thieves, they're criminals, they are impressed by this kind of shit. Right. There's as you've noticed, there's a lot of stuff that's like gray zone already playing with the laws that are here, but that's almost like an honorary thing, right? So with the logic of like the world and the things within it, like all this stuff made perfect sense. I'm really excited to see. My hopes are that it wasn't too overwhelming for you guys, and that you're able to, because you can't deal with everything. There's a lot of stuff here, and the reason for it is kind of like a la carte menu. Like you choose what you want to interact with, and there is a ticking clock, so you're gonna that's gonna come and bite you in the ass eventually. So it's literally impossible to have the same experience or cover everything for two groups.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. Well, I had a blast. My stars. I mean the conversation of like what are goods when people are obviously trying to extort you was such a great little like role play beat. But I also think said a lot about like how you're seeing your character, and gave us like an immediate sense of like, oh, like they don't view this is not just stuff they have, like this is a part of who they are, which I love. But I also just love the philosophical like moment beat of it. Adam, kind of same comment back at you, like the bit commitment to the why we're here thing to put, because like a lot of people even in sandboxes get in and then they're like, here's why we were here, we're just going to do normal dungeon stuff, but like, oh yeah, let me read out the thing. And like that continued pursuit, like I think actually makes old school play stronger, like as far as like we're not just going to forget this and fall into the same patterns. We are doing it, and like it was like you consistently drove those pieces forward, and I thought that was really outstanding. The lore dripping in a sandbox adventure is so hard. Daniel, you did such an excellent job of just like between rumors and between the poacher's path, please, like giving us, like letting us play through the sense of the world, the poacher's path feeling like a good onboarding to the like handholds of the world we're in. The rumor drops. Like there can be people can drop too much or just be like, let me talk for 5 or 6 minutes in a row before you, like, you did great character work, but we're also like, it was short enough to then be like, cool, back to what do y'all want to do? And really easy to track across the whole thing. And y'all all put up with my bullshit. That was great. I loved it. But yeah, it was really excellent job with that, and I'm excited to keep on playing. My wish for next time, I want to get into that. I want to get into that mist. I want to find out what's going on. I am super also enthralled by like the interplay between the foxes and the badgers with each other. I want to explore that a whole lot more. So
yeah, the faction dynamics are really fun.
Yeah,
big fan of those.
But the great news is we're going to get to keep on exploring that tomorrow at 10 a.m. right back here on the channel. I think I've also figured out how to make things not flash around too much with you passing me the art. So whatever things we want to do, we can keep on, we'll just keep on doing it that way. Super excited to be back. We do have a lot more streaming content coming up, including our 2 or 3 part actual play of this. We've got Black Flies, which is going to a horror world building game with Jordan Dube from Goose Poop Games that we're going to be playing next Friday. It's coming to backer kit soon. We've got another one with Annika for the Cryptid Show. Big Sword, I think we're going to get an actual play on here next month, which is somebody that Daniel introduced us to or recommended to us, which is a DCC adventure, along with a number of other things, including a multi-part play of Ambition, which is a tactical role-playing game using a tarot deck that Yanni is working on. Lots of great things coming back up. You're going to see +1 coming back really strong with content over the next few months. So we hope to have you back here with us. If you're a designer and want to reach out to us about playing your game on stream, now is a great time to do that, as we will probably book up pretty quickly again. However, that said, more than anything else, if you have not yet, go over to ttrpg.link/Duginthroat to follow the campaign and get notified when it goes live on October 7th. Again, real quick, Daniel, right here at the end, why don't you go ahead and give us the elevator pitch for what people can look forward to and what they can be excited about for Duginthroat Divided.
All right. So Duginthroat Divided is a dungeon on your doorstep for old school essentials and other traditional adventure and role-playing games. It features various optional procedures, more than 100 keyed locations, like weird mutation tables, and a super dense location that's definitely going to affect your campaign world, whether the adventurers interact with them or not. It's inspired by equal parts Astrid Lindgren's Ronja the Robber's Daughter and classic weird fiction and genre stuff such as Clark Ashton Smith, Hartfield Lovecraft, and Fritz Leiber. Just a lot of homages here. It's already on Kickstarter in pre-launch, and backing begins on 7th of October. You'll probably be able to find a link in the description, and I'm hoping to see you there, because the more people back it, the cooler this book is going to be. It's already done in writing, and most of the illustration. We just finished up 98% of the editing work, and it's a beast. There's going to be maps, hardcover book, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
So follow us.
Yeah. Awesome. And you've got an absolutely great team working on the entire project. A lot of folks will be familiar with them. Go check out the project. ttrpg.link/Duginthroat is going to take you straight there. And we'll have a link to the description once I fix all the incorrect titles across different platforms for this video. I'll make sure that's in there also. But until next time, we've never figured out how to end stream, so we're just going to wave at the camera until I take us off the air. Bye, everybody.